All right, it's been a couple of days, but we are back. Where in the world are we? Gosh, I haven't played this game in like 3 or 4 days, and I've completely forgotten everything that's happened, but I think we're about to for real dive into Kamoshida's palace. I guess we'll find out. And I think we've got a whole bunch of time going through the palace here where there's not a lot of exposition happening. I need to clean my room first. Oh, how fun. I think, wow, why did the Streamlabs bots spam? Oh, because it's a bunch of bots. All right. But I think what we'll talk about probably is, here we go. I think this is the thing that I need to clean. I have no idea what's going on there in the chat, but I guess we'll find out here in a minute if they start spamming a bunch of random links and stuff. Can I actually clean it, or is he just gonna fuss at me? Maybe I have to try to sleep. Yeah, all right, let's just sleep. Anyway, we're gonna be doing a bunch of just battling random monsters. Not a lot to talk about. I figured one of the things I always think is fun is to look and see in these games where they pull all of their creatures from. So we'll do basically little etymologies for each of the creatures that we fight, assuming I'm not completely wrong and we don't have like 3 hours of exposition still ahead of us. Oh, I wonder if I could have bought some books yesterday, or if this is just, or if that's not really unlocked yet.
Well, that's not good. I see.
Doctors have the best medicine. It's an interesting statement.
No.
Morning.
Man, is the alert spot, Streamlabs bot still going through all of those? What I assume are bots that just followed. Still way too much punctuation for high schoolers texting each other. And capitalization, well, I guess the first letter being capitalized happens automatically these days, but
Hey, are you listening? Pay attention.
kids these days have no respect for the elders. Well established at this point on our stream that none of the teachers at this school have any business being around children. So I can't say that any of these people deserve... Wait, how would I... Is it possible to get enough proficiency before this point to dodge it, or is that just something that's gonna come back later? Interesting.
Looks like we're all here. Okay, let's get going.
Hold on, it's still too early for us to head to the palace.
But why? Don't we just gotta steal that treasure thing?
Don't underestimate the dangers of that place. We need to prepare.
Ain't that persona shit we got enough to deal with it?
That's exactly what I mean when I say don't underestimate it. You'll die if you mess up in there. So again, we need to prepare before we head in.
It's really late in the game to be telling us that we could actually die in there.
How exactly are we supposed to do
It
that?
seems like that would have been good information to have, like, day one.
I'm glad you asked, Lady Ann. First, we'll need to find better equipment for all of you.
You talking about weapons? Oh, I know a kick-ass place.
In that case, you can handle that side of things. The only other thing would be stocking up on medicine. Fatigue is unavoidable in a palace.
And where can we get medicine?
Don't worry, I know just the place.
CVS,
Look forward to it, Lady Ann.
HEB,
Now then, he and I have some business in Yongen.
Walgreens.
So let's head off for today. Just come with me. I won't be able to get close enough by myself.
Close enough to what? You're a
Can I
cat.
talk? Actually. Hey!
Yes, definitely steer clear of private physicians. What a weird prejudice to have. Although maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the healthcare system in Japan is like. Maybe that's a legit thing over there. Can I... Isn't there like a... Oh, I think that's what this old man was. Nope, never mind.
Hey!
Ah. Still... We're what, like 5 hours in at this point? And there's still... Still unlocking
This is the
stuff
link that the chief
at a
mentioned.
pretty rapid,
Now,
well, not
How can
rapid,
we
but
get them to
consistent
give us some
clip.
medicine?
Do we want to be honest? Make something up? We've all seen that John Mulaney bit. That could end poorly. We'll make something up.
Well, I guess that's the only choice we have. We'll just have to go for it. All right, let's step inside.
All right.
Well,
Really, is there another doctor in this practice, or does she just not know whether or not? Does she keep such bad track of her patients that she has no idea whether I'm new or not? Oh, okay, I guess that's legit. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. She is a real people person. Excellent bedside manner so far, definitely. Let's see. Nightmares. My body feels lethargic. I have a chronic disease.
please head to the exam room. In a case like yours, it's usually just due to stress. I'm gonna prescribe you some pain relievers, okay?
Huh.
Actually, I still need to restock those.
That was surprisingly easy.
So let's go with sleeping pills instead. Sleep is the best medicine anyway. Which type of pill do you want? A sweet tasting one or a bitter one?
Why is that an option?
You're the patient here, you know. Do you think you should be telling me how to do my job? So, it's just like I thought. You're not sick at all, are you? I'm not as dumb as I look, you know. I'm guessing you're here because you heard the rumors about me, hmm? Who's to say? But as a result, all I get are patients with ulterior motives now. I guess high school kids have it tough nowadays too, huh? Well, fine. I'll prescribe you some medication. But only medication that will help you recover your health.
What?
I guess it's fine. You seem pretty earnest.
I love,
You don't look like
I
you'll
love the
get in
attempt to
trouble.
contextualize the medicine. Like, medicine that will help you recover your health, as opposed to, isn't that just what all medicine is for?
This is my private practice. All the medicine I dispense is original.
That can't be legal. Also, she definitely said that private with air quotes, which feels gross.
I have a license to make my own formulas. You've likely seen them being sold at various hospitals. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself. So, if that's okay with you, stop by anytime.
Also, doctors don't make medicine. That's like billion-dollar companies, multi-billion-dollar companies, and teams of medical researchers. I mean, this is the correct thing to say, but since she's basically
Nice
our
that you're
drug
so
dealer,
quick on
let's
the
be
uptake.
nice.
Saves me the hassle. You're a pretty weird kid, you know? I wonder what you're going to use the medicine for.
Honestly, well, I guess kids do shit like Ritalin and stuff. I was gonna say,
Well, as
don't.
long as you don't cause me any
So many
trouble,
easier
it's
ways
not my problem.
to get in trouble with chemicals than trying to find a shady doctor, but I'm sure people still do it. It's the whole opioid epidemic after all.
Okay, which one?
Right. I have like no money, and honestly, the HP recovery stuff, from what I remember from the original version, not really useful.
Take care.
So we're just not gonna buy anything from you, lady. A drug so potent it could give a person unlimited power. I never saw that movie, but wait, does that mean like if I become super good friends with Dr. Lady, can I get the super drugs? Sometimes the noises that they transcribe aren't the noises that the voice actors make. It's a little bit weird. Tisk has a very different connotation than the noise that she just made there. Tisk is like a shame on you kind of thing, but she made a kind of more exasperated sigh. Smooth. Get out of there, Turd Ferguson. Yeah, let's go with Seems Sketchy. Stay off drugs, kids.
Okay. We might be able to get our hands on some decent stuff if this store really has model guns. Well, we can leave that for tomorrow. Let's go home. Okay.
That is one of the kind of frustrating parts of this game at the very beginning is there's so many systems and they dole them out so like 1 or 2 each day, and so it feels like the first month of this calendar is just tutorial after tutorial after tutorial. But anyway, can I clean my stuff up now? What a tease. He told me like 2 days ago that we should be making lockpicks, but you're not gonna let me do it yet. I guess we'll just sleep.
Sup?
Oh wow, oh, it's Sunday. Day. I was gonna say, why aren't we in school? But it is the one day that Japanese kids get off from school.
Let's go.
All right.
Everyone, wake up! While Japanese society may appear to be thriving, many young people have not been as blessed as their elders. They have no jobs, no savings, no financial security whatsoever.
Well, that's shockingly topical for a video game.
These young people should be tackling their futures head on, but instead, they're too busy merely trying to survive.
People give speeches all the time. Plus, politics are pretty boring anyways.
Yep, you are part of the problem, Yuji. Gotta fucking vote. Democracy doesn't work if only a few people vote, kids.
Follow me. The shop can be pretty confusing to find sometimes. Hey! Yeah!
Called untouchable?
Before we head in, you know anything about guns and shit? I guess we can just ask the guy behind the counter if we can't figure out what we want. Come on, let's do this.
All right. Every single time I walk in, I think this is a real person here, but it's just a creepy mannequin.
You looking for?
Oops.
I don't know, just buy whatever looks interesting to you.
Real salesman.
Ugh, some customer service.
Fine, what do you want? An automatic? A revolver?
Automatic? Dude, why are you talking about cars now?
Listen, this here's an enthusiast shop. My regulars will be mad if I let a casual like you hang around.
If this is an airsoft shop, why is he wearing ear protection around his... I mean, I guess it makes more sense than wearing it on his ears, but like... What's the ear pro for?
I'm not a freaking casual. I bought shit from here like last week.
Can't remember you.
You bastard.
Don't be offended, dude. It's a business. They get customers.
And you, looking for something?
Don't remember everyone who comes through the door. Something that looks real. Let's go with real.
Oh, you guys planning a nice big bank robbery or something?
Or something.
But that ain't it. We just like how they look is all.
Anyways, You should have said before you two are enthusiasts. I'm always up for helping fresh faces. Some precautions first, though. Don't go around pointing them at other people. Keep them in a bag or something if you're outside. Oh, and don't let the fuzz catch wind of you having them. I don't need them coming around here.
Is this like legal or not? Sure.
You damn well better be. Now, if you look close, you'll be able to tell these are models. Real guns feel different. Maybe someday I'll show you the real good stuff, though. If you got the guts for it, of course.
We've been here for like 5 minutes and he's offering to show us what I believe would be real firearms, and that feels like that's probably super illegal in Japan.
But for now, you get the beginner selection. Just sit tight. I'll bring him out.
Especially for minors. If these kids are 16, 17, shoot, that's illegal here in Texas.
We did it, dude. We totally gotta go for some fancy shit, right? Ooh, I want him to shine. Oh, and here's the cash for mine. Pick me out something good.
All right, there we go. So I guess since in this version you get an ammo reload at each new battle, it feels like the guns are way more important than the melee weapons. So let's go for some guns. 60, ooh, 70. Definitely don't have enough for everybody.
That one.
I'll get Ryuji his. I want to say you find one for Anne in this first dungeon, maybe? Why not? Let's get one for Morgana.
Use it to pull a prank. Okay.
I'm guessing we can't afford
Right, which one?
any of these now. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. Do we have anything to sell? That's right, I got that silver knife in the palace the first time. Got some medicine. Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Make sure there's not
Sounds good.
some cheap gun that we're missing. Okay.
Come again.
I don't buy off any model guns from other people, so keep that in mind. What? I don't want to deal with any problems buying something that's already been modified. Oh, did I totally misread that? Did that say modded and not model? I was gonna say, I think that's what your entire business is, dude. But that makes sense. All right. Okay, now can I clean my room?
Boss, did you hear? Apparently that subway driver from the accident was acting really odd during his testimony hearing.
You talking about that psychotic whatever thing people are going on about?
Yeah, I heard it completely alters your personality. The news is saying the driver couldn't even speak when they tried asking him questions.
Only an idiot would believe a preposterous story like that. Oh, and sorry, but we're closing soon.
Real subtle. Yeah, get out of here, idiot. I don't want to serve you anymore.
How rude. This must be why you don't get many customers.
Well said, haughty regular.
Your coffee's actually not half bad. The beans must be lamenting the sorry state of this store.
Thanks for stopping in. Please come again.
I wonder if all these characters are called like haughty customer or haughty regular, and what was it? It was like lazy cop and sad cop or something in that other scene from last stream. Like, are those just direct translations, or I wonder if the
I'm only trying to help you
localization
fix
folks
your
have some
business.
leeway there?
Thanks for the coffee, at least.
Jeez, what a pain. Oh, what do you want? If you're bored, go wash some dishes or something.
You know, kids love washing dishes. Oh, I should have asked him how he's still open.
Doesn't concern you. It's all good as long as the shop doesn't fail. I'm not gonna go wearing a fake smile.
Yeah, I don't understand how like rent and property taxes and stuff work in Japan if this is a remotely realistic situation. He's had like 3 customers in the first week of this game.
Who knows? Maybe I'll end up living out on the streets.
He seems at peace with it.
As long as I'm here, the world leaves me be. No annoyances or troublesome people to deal with. It's like my own personal hideaway.
Seems odd to open up a cafe to get away from people. Strange choice, but you know, to each their own.
Kinda screwed if I lost it. But I guess you would be, so you better at least try and be useful around here. Anyway, I'm leaving now. Don't cause any trouble.
PPP, there goes the phone. Hanging all over everything. Oof. That's rough.
We're just about ready to go to the palace. We just need to assemble some infiltration tools. Clean off that desk back there so we can use it.
Finally.
That desk! Hurry now and clean it up!
Yeah, I got it. You just told me.
Great. Now you can make things whenever you want. I'll provide the materials this time. Try.
Alright, during bad weather, your focus will allow you to make an additional tool. Oh. That new, or did I just completely forget that
Don't
from
think too hard
the original?
about it. You'll get the hang of it.
Definitely don't want to go home. I guess I can only craft the one.
Everyone starts off a little clumsy. Don't be...
I wonder if this is...
Great. We should be able to use...
Yeah.
It's scripted? I thought I got lucky on my first time and made 2.
We should be ready now. We're heading into the palace tomorrow. Let's get some sleep.
But maybe not. I might be hallucinating. It has been a while.
Good morning. Come on, hurry up and get to class. Good morning.
Yep, just say nothing.
That admirable behavior won't do you any good once you're expelled.
Well, that wraps up the homeroom period. A word with you, please?
What's this about?
There's something I'd like to ask you. It won't take long.
Oh, this must be a
I see you're
totally new
already
scene.
getting on top of the problem I'd mentioned this morning, Miss Kawakami. I appreciate the support.
Thank you again.
Oh, you know this guy, Yoshizawa?
Yes, he lent me a helping hand earlier.
I recommend you steer clear of the likes of him if you have any consideration for your future. Remember the discussion we just had? There are a number of students in this school you shouldn't get involved with.
Really instilling the concept of social stratification early on.
This one's at the top of the list.
Oh, the delinquent transfer student?
Sorry to interrupt, but I need to use the guidance office.
Oh, pardon me. We should be going too. Don't want to get in the way of guiding this delinquent and all.
Please excuse us.
After you. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Did something happen between you and Mr. Kamoshida?
You could say that.
Well, there was that little exchange just now, but that's not all.
There's also the part where he caused that student at the school that we're in right now to jump off of the building. I guess he didn't really do that to me as a person, but you know, watching someone jump off a building when you're 16, 17 years old, that can be life-changing.
He gave me a brief lecture this morning, and your name came up. Something about the dangers of a lack of supervision. I don't mean to pry, but just make sure you don't go causing trouble, okay?
I don't mean to pry, and I don't want to do my job, but could you just not be yourself?
And one more thing. That girl outside the office, you didn't make a pass at her, did you? All right. Mr. Kamoshida has a real close eye on you. Apparently, you've been getting involved with Sakamoto-kun. You seem acquainted with Yoshizawa-san as well. Maybe you're just naturally drawn to athletes? Sorry, bad joke. That's all I wanted to discuss. You're free to go.
That is all I wanted to discuss. You are free to go. Can we get a take two? You want to try that one again? May 2nd, it's April 18th. That's plenty of time.
Okay.
Let's see, what do most people do today? Wait, I thought I just... Okay. Oh. Yeah. Most people went to... Time with Takemi. Huh. Everyone's level 7 on average. I have no idea what level I am. Level 5. How is... the people, I guess... Maybe a lot of people grind out some more levels when you go to the palace for the first time. That would have been smart. Ow. Never even occurred to me. Whoops. I haven't decided yet. I forget. How do you check? There we go. Ah, okay. Let's see if I can do anything before heading off to the palace. I go to the supermarket. Ooh, what about this guy?
Welcome.
Oh no! I spent too much money. Ah. Gosh, that's kind of the only thing I really care about. Although, could spend time with the doctor lady, but I don't think that's worth it. I think we should go. Let's go to the palace. Let's just go to the palace. How about it? Worst case, we'll grind out a bunch of levels and maybe it'll take an extra day to do it, but
you all understand that our time limit is May 2nd.
We basically just have to go to that castle and steal the treasure from Kamoshida, right?
But wait, what even is a treasure? I want to know that before we do
like,
anything.
generally?
A treasure is the physical form of the palace ruler's distorted desires. In other words, it's the core of the palace. Once we steal it, the palace will crumble. Having said all that, even I don't know what Kamoshida's treasure is going to be.
And where can we find it?
There's no way of knowing that until we go in and find it. If I had to guess, I'd say he has it locked up somewhere in the depths of the palace.
I think I get it now. We just gotta find the treasure, yeah?
Yep, nailed it.
Pretty much. There's just a lot we won't know until we go in. In any case, our objective is to find the treasure's location somewhere in the palace. Make sure we go about this with time to spare so we can avoid any unforeseen circumstances. I expect great things from you guys.
Yep, more random follower bots. Cool. What is going on there? Alright, yep. Got it. Let's infiltrate that palace.
But damn!
What's up?
Nothing. I was just thinking we should choose a code name for you too.
A code name?
I'm Skull, he's Joker, and that's Mona.
Judging by your costume...
I mean, she's got that tail and stuff, so... What do you think?
Oh, these are all terrible. Can I do none of the above? Catgirl was the least gross?
Wait! Is that what you're going to call me from now on? I am so not down with this.
What do you want to be called then?
Something better than just a little cat.
But definitely still cat related. Like a big cat.
Maybe... Panther?
There you go.
That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Huh? Why?
Really? You're asking why that sounds cooler than Catgirl?
'Cause it sounds more... ferocious?
She's a cougar.
Ew. No. Not even close. Inappropriate.
Don't call me that! More importantly, Kamoshida.
Thank you.
Oh, right.
Focus.
Let's go. All right, let's start fresh and get going.
It's game time from this point forward. I'll teach you guys the basics of infiltrating a palace as we go.
Great. More tutorials. Looking forward to it.
My master would like a word with you.
Yeah.
The prisoner has returned.
Well done. It seems you have remembered my words.
Not really. It's kind of a linear plot. I don't really have a choice. You just gotta follow it along.
You truly make it worth rehabilitating you.
I am not attempting to withhold information from you. The essence of the rehabilitation that you must complete will be explained in due time.
Then it sounds like you are withholding information from me.
Once you encounter allies who share your ideals and discover your place in reality, only then will I explain it all. Such a day should not be far off. This time, I wish to introduce you to the aid we are providing. Due to your potential in wielding the power of the wild card, you can handle more than one persona. That power holds infinite possibilities. We will assist you in nurturing that potential. To that end, we must execute your persona.
Sure. Can they feel things?
Do not be alarmed. Personas are personalities that exist within you.
Oh. So Joker is deeply mentally ill, is what we've just discovered, and is suffering from multiple personality disorder? Is that?
Thus, you will only be discarding old personalities
to
have them be reborn as new ones.
Kind of a weird way to contextualize that, but okay.
By discarding your old identity, you give way to a new one. Hence, we call that process execution.
Is Igor just in all of the Velvet Room stuff? Is that just a giant metaphor for therapy? Because it sounds like that's what Joker needs.
Think of it as the fusion of your personas. To start, select the first persona you wish to fuse.
I still have questions about the part where you said execute.
Now, before you select the second persona, allow me to tell you something greatly important.
Why, yes.
Do you remember how I mentioned forming bonds with confidants?
Not really, but I take your word for it.
Personas are the power of the heart. The stronger those bonds, the stronger your personas will be.
So, make friends.
In other words, the effects of your bonds on execution,
Oh, there's an in other words.
Fusion, if you will,
Been a while.
are quite substantial.
Does the bot even still work? Hold on, we're about to find out. Only 3 so far. That hardly feels right. But, alright.
When you fuse a persona that shares its arcana with one of your bonds, it will gain great power. This will be a guiding principle for your forays into fusion. Try not to forget it.
I'm gonna forget it and just randomly combine stuff because...
Moreover, there is one thing I must warn you about.
Too much to worry about. I'm not going for a super optimized run here.
You cannot create a persona that surpasses your current level.
Boo.
This is because the resulting persona would be too powerful for you to handle effectively. Now then, check the fusion results and choose a persona that suits your stature.
Alright, let's see here.
This is the form your new persona is expected to take after fusion.
Oh, but I'm only level 5, right?
It's possible for them to inherit skills they normally wouldn't gain. These skills and specialties are distinct from one another. Skills are traits that can be passed along through fusion.
Yep, too strong. What about...
You okay with this?
What in the world is that? Sure, let's do this. Why not?
Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Feel like keeping curse around is probably important. I've got... Anne has fire.
Its power
So let's keep curse.
Nothing unusual.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead.
My.
Okay, so can we go back to the execution part? Because that seems... Yeah, bye.
Though I may disappear this moment, I shall always be at your side.
Okay.
We shall meet again when your fate reaches its conclusion.
Okay. If you say so. Are you sure they're okay with this, Igor? This doesn't seem okay. Oh god. So part of my rehabilitation is brutally murdering mythological figures to magically create new ones. Sure. That makes perfect sense. We've all been there.
Ah, how impressive. A stronger persona has been born from the body and blood of the old. It shall be your new strength.
Yeah, gonna go with that.
You better understand it at once. You'll end up dead if you don't master it.
Wow. It's a real great grasp of teaching you have there.
And bring them here.
Just threaten him into understanding.
Gather a great many.
Be a teacher at that guy's high school.
And continue to give birth to even stronger personas. Developing your powers as such will play an integral role in the stand against ruin.
So that your rehabilitation goes well, we have a variety of rituals to choose in regard to
Oh, please, no more tutorials right now.
And depending on the effort you put in, our master might consider further development of new rituals.
Cry your tears of joy, inmate.
I love that they tell, like, part of the exposition is like, hey, we got more tutorials coming. Maybe not right now, but
steadily gaining the strength of rebellion. It seems your rehabilitation is proceeding smoothly. A joyous fact indeed. In anticipation of this, I have prepared a gift for you. I hope that you shall accept it.
the man sitting at a desk in the middle of a place called the Velvet Room, where he has you locked up and dressed like a prisoner, wants to give you a gift. He's also clearly an older gentleman, locking up high school boys in his velvet room. Don't take that gift. You're being groomed. This is not good.
All right.
Ooh, eagle vision. Okay.
That is a thief's skill, allowing one to tap into their sixth sense and see what is hidden in the dark. I believe you can handle it now. May you continue devoting yourself to further rehabilitation.
Now then, if you have any requests, we will heed them.
All right.
It's me. It's me.
Guess I'm done? How do I get out of here? Do I sit on the toilet? Nope.
Oh.
Wait, what? Is this how, or one of the ways that you access the tutorial menus is by sitting on your prison toilet? That is a fantastically contextualized menu. Oh wait, there we go. Return to Metaverse, okay.
Slacking off.
Let's do this.
Something wrong? You were just standing around all of a sudden.
It's just a petite mal seizure, don't worry about it, I'm fine.
Why are you spacing out like that? It's kind of hard to tell what you're thinking sometimes.
Let's just say he's a man of high caliber. We're counting on you, Joker.
So, where do we start?
The palace,
Let's
I think.
head to the safe room we found last time. It's in the first floor of the west building. That's pretty close to our usual entrance. It should be a pretty decent starting point.
safe room?
It'll make sense when you see it. Well, let's head out.
Alright, you can fast travel here too. Right, you can receive aid from allies via the Thieves Guild. There's connected online. Was that in the original? I don't remember that at all. Maybe I just never used it. Huh, okay. Can I? Yes, let's just go straight here. Why not?
Oh.
Well.
Alright, I don't think we need to do any consulting. Hey, there we go, okay.
Well. Oh.
Alright.
Let's go.
Let's fight some monsters. Don't think there's anything. Probably can't go. Oh wait, no, that goes. That stairway to the east goes down, doesn't it? I think I do need to go this way. Let's see how far we get.
Now then.
What? Oh, okay.
See it.
Treasure. Let's see. There's just the one. Oh wait, no, there are two. Where's the other one? Screw it. Ah, crap. Oh well. Alright, what do we got? These pixies? Yeah, pixie. This is one I had to look up. Which makes sense because this is... We don't actually know where the word pixie comes from.
This one's weak to curse attack.
Oh, they're also weak to this stuff.
Scary how good I am.
It kind of seems like it's like some word pix with maybe a diminutive, that E, right? Like Bobby, Billy can kind of connote smallness. But nobody really knows what the pix word itself would mean.
Looking cool, Joker.
There is a Swedish word, I think, pesca, that some people, that means like fairy or something similar, that some people have suggested that that comes from, and you might be thinking pesca is a completely different word from pixie, but vowels can move around pretty easily, and KS to SK, or rather the other way around, is a pretty common process called metathesis, which is when you have two sounds kind of next to each other that flip spaces. This actually happened between Middle English and Modern English with the word bird. The word bird, as in the little flappy thing that flies around and has feathers. In Middle English, that word was brid.
That enemy was really weak.
B-R-I-D. And then at some point, can I not? Do I have to do a tutorial to figure out how to hide on stuff? Oh my god, this is... but at some point between Middle English and Modern English, the sound just switched. Nobody really knows why. It's not like weak to wind. Alright, it's not like there's anything particularly wrong with... Oof, okay, I should probably just... Oh my gosh, guns all the way. It's not like there's anything wrong with a word brid, B-R-I-D, right? Sometimes you'll have sound changes like that that'll happen because because like you have maybe you borrowed a word from another language and it's got a, some weird consonant cluster in it that's like difficult for you to pronounce in whatever your native language is. So over time, people tend to like flip things around, which is metathesis, or they'll add in new sounds, which is, did he just open that door? Which is epenthesis is what that's called. But in the case of brid, no idea why that would have happened, right? Bridge is still in English and is still a perfectly fine word. So it's not like it was a rule across the language that was applied. At least it certainly doesn't seem that way. That thing. Is this where we learn how to hide?
Now then.
Oh, baton pass. Oh, shit.
Show me your true
So anyway,
form.
yeah, Pixie, we don't know where it came from. There's a surprising number of words in English and in any language really, but in English, since that's the one we're speaking here, that we don't know where they came from. We also don't know where the word dog came from, right? In every other Germanic language, the word for dog is the hound word, right? It's Hund in German, Hund in Dutch. English is the only one that has the dog word. And I believe, sorry, I'm trying to, since the past couple tutorials have all had one little thing in them that I completely forgot from the original version or is new. I just want to make sure. Am I missing anything? Okay. What is his weakness? I don't have electricity, do I? I do have electricity at JK. What are you weak to? Fire. Alright, pass it to... Oh, that is new though. You get baton pass by default? Heck yeah. Okay. Nice. Anyway, yeah, we don't know where the word dog came from. Oh, I didn't do any etymologies for any of those critters, but we'll find out much more. Don't know where the word dog came from, and I think in Spanish the word perro, I can't roll my R's, so not the conjunction that means but the Spanish word for dog. I think similarly, we don't know where that came from either, which is strange. Dogs are such a, important part of human existence, right? They're kind of probably the first domesticated animal, right? I think. So it's odd that we would be creating new words for them. Those look like more bots. Thank you to whoever is running all of these bots that appear to be following the stream, I guess. Unless this is some sort of scam. Don't quite know what that would be yet. But anyway. Can we go up here? We can. Cannot go much further though. Doggo does have a much better ring to it than Houndo. That is true. But in other languages, right, you've got Puntchen in German, little things like that. Vau is actually what little kids will call dogs in German. Kind of like Bow Wow, but...
Listen up. Still. Now.
Right, it's not a movie. It's a video game. Here we go, finally. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Right behind cover.
Show me your true form.
Now's our chance to strike. Go.
Let's see. Oh, what do we got here? Bicorn. Yeah, I think we talked about this one last time, which is where I got the idea. Bicorn. Bi meaning two, corn meaning horn. Corn and horn. as in like cornucopia, unicorn, all that sort of thing. Unicorn is just taken straight from Latin. This is also a little bit weird because bi, I think, is Greek for two. So this might be mixing and mashing up different languages there, which is not something you're really supposed to do, but whatever. So it should be like duocorn? I don't know. Anyway, that k to h sound is, like we said last time, a wait, you're weak to this. Haha. Is a result of Grimm's Law, which is an observation that Jakob Grimm of the Grimm brothers fame made many moons ago. I think I have a bicorn already, so I don't need to, I can just kill. I definitely have a pixie, so I can just kill all these. It's the rule that he noticed that, among other things, right, noticed that all Germanic languages, certainly if you go back far enough, have this series of sounds that relate to, you know, Romance and other Indo-European languages, where there was a very regular change that happened. So you had that k to h for corn to horn. You had to f, for example, right, for Latin pater, meaning father, but in English father, right? In German is still Vater. You also had t to th, which is why you have father in English. You have Vater in German because it went from t to th and then back to t. That's a thing that can happen a lot of times when you're studying, you know, sound change across time and languages. It gets real messy really fast because a lot of time, because it never stops. It's not like you have this one change that happens and then, okay, we're done now. We have our new way to say things and we're just going to keep it that way for a couple thousand years. It'll be fine. It's like, no, it's always changing. And the t to th thing is something that, you know, you honestly would have predicted if it hadn't already happened 1,000 years ago or whatever. Way more than that, actually. But if it hadn't already happened, you would have predicted it, because that the sound is cross-linguistically very rare, and it tends to fall out of languages. In fact, in all the Germanic languages, there are only two that still have the sound. English is one of them, and the other one is Icelandic. All right. Basically, we talked about, Mandrake. That's kind of a fun one as well. What are they weak to again? Is it fire? All right, let's go over that. And Mandrake is just, as far as I can tell, from what I can remember, is just from what I can tell. Like, I researched, like I came up with this etymology myself. Mandrake is just from the Latin name for the plant, Mandragora. But what happened over time, the reason that we call it Mandrake and not Mandragora, because nothing wrong with just using the Latin, right? Is that somewhere along the line, have I been missing? I've been missing some treasures. Those are volleyballs. I just realized. Holy crap. Oh my god, it's all coming together. Because Kamoshida's a volleyball coach. But the reason we say Mandrake instead of Mandragora is because of a process that's called folk etymology, where somewhere along the line, people speaking the language looked at Mandragora and thought, gosh, that second part sure sounds a lot like dragon, right? And so Drake being like baby dragon, small dragon, that kind of thing, they essentially thought that they were translating it or something along those lines, and saying like, oh, Mandragora, that's the fancy word. Mandrake is what it really is. And so this kind of thing happens a lot, actually. People trying to read and talk at the same time is going super well. People have words in their language that they say all the time. They don't think about them, and then at some point, some people or group of people in a group of language speakers, all of a sudden they start being really aware of a word and trying to dissect it into its little pieces, parts, and figuring out where they all come from. And of course, because they're just kind of making it up as they go and not going back and looking at like, well, let's find the earliest attestation of this word in text. Let's see what other languages have words that are like this and see if we can trace it back even further than just the language that we're speaking right now. All that sort of stuff that actual philologists do and etymologists do. You know, all they're really doing is taking random guesses, basically. Sometimes they get pretty close. A lot of times they're less close. Mandrake is a good example of that. Another one is the phrase to curry favor. It actually comes, so some I've heard some people more recently say carry favor instead of curry favor, because when we hear curry, we tend to think of, you know, a spicy sauce over rice, right? Something like that. But curry also means to like groom a horse with a brush. Not a very common use for us anymore, since not too many of us have horses lying around. I certainly don't. I do not have that much money. If I did, I would probably sell all the horses and just decide not to work for a living. But anyway, I think we just have to pull the blue switches, right? That's all this puzzle is telling us. But anyway, curry used to mean, or still does technically mean, to basically to brush or groom a horse. In favor is really the folk etymology part, because it was originally like favel or something close to that, which is was like a French word for a particular type or breed of horse. I forget the specifics on that one. But what it meant, and still means, a map, is you know, to ingratiate yourself to someone, right? To do a favor for them, or to do something complimentary, right? So that they start thinking, well, gosh, this is such a great guy. I like this person. And the idea was that you would, you know, walk up to someone's horse and brush it and go, oh, what a pretty pony. And then the person would be like, oh, well, if you think I have good taste in horses, well, then you must be a person that I like.
Now then.
But, you know, the horse context is lost on the vast majority of us these days. And over time, because, you know, people don't know a whole lot of horse words beyond horse and maybe bridle and bit and a couple of things like that that also show up in some common phrases. That favel just kind of became, people heard that and thought like, is he saying favor? Right? Because they were thinking about not only what it sounded like, but what they knew that it meant from context. And so over time it just became to curry favor, and I will eventually probably become to carry favor if things keep going the way that they're going, because now, you know, people forgot the horse part, and people are forgetting the curry part as well. So eventually it will probably just be to carry favor, and then from there I could see the meaning shifting even more slightly. But Alice map, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so folk etymology, you know, we'll talk a lot about these processes that make language change. Or that we use to describe the way language changes is maybe a little bit more accurate. But folk etymology is a fun one, because it's one that we can probably all think of a time that we've done it, right? It's sort of the Bone Apple Tea subreddit, except like legit, that's how some of the words that we say every day came about. Anything new here? Jack-o'-lantern. Jack-o'-lantern's not super exciting. That way of saying things. Let's go here. Jack-o'-lantern, kind of like Will-o'-the-Wisp, right? It used to be Jack-o'-the-lantern, so Jack of the Lantern. But oh, there we go. But over time, the fell out. It just became Jack-o'-lantern. and it was an old colloquial term for the night watchman, right? If you think about like a jack of all trades is a person who can do lots of things, right? So a jack-o'-lantern is the person who specializes in doing the thing that you do with lanterns, which way back in the day was patrol the town at night to make sure nobody's getting up to anything. Yeah, that's really all jack-o'-lantern is. It's just an old-timey way to say night watchman. And once night watchman wasn't really a thing anymore because, oh, I should for real kill this guy. From what I remember, these guys are on the stronger side. Yeah, once night watchmen weren't really a thing anymore, right? It was free to kind of shift in meaning to what it means today, which is a pumpkin with a face carved in it. I'm not 100% sure. There's some history of Halloween stuff there that probably explains that particular piece. I mean, it's not too hard to kind of do our own little folk etymology here and come up with something, right? Since jack-o'-lanterns, how we think of them today, are basically lanterns made out of pumpkins. The pumpkin connection is a little bit weird though, right? There's got to be something going on there. What is... Am I supposed to go up? Oh, yes, because this gate is shut. So anyway.
What?
More bars.
You need to train more.
Can I go straight across here? No. You have to walk around. That's just a jump down. Okay. Oh, jeez.
I can feel it.
Only one other way off of here. Yeah. This just feels like... I don't know. I played a ton of JRPGs growing up, and it's one of those senses that you develop like that. This whole area just feels like somewhere there's a left turn or a right turn, and one of those leads to a dead end with a treasure chest, and the other is the way that you're supposed to go for the story. I to this day, I reflexively just kind of have to search for that dead end with the treasure chest. I don't want to miss that slight melee weapon upgrade that I will sell for something completely better in like 2 hours of gameplay, but whatever. I don't remember the treasure chests making that kind of crazy noise when they're locked. Nightwatch armor. Who is that for? Whoa. That is substantially better. And given that it's game over if Turd dies, Turd gets first dibs on all new armor. Oh. Save spot.
All right. Looks like... Let's do it.
So far this feels the essentially infinite ammo on the gun stuff. I don't know, this feels way easier than I remember the first palace being in the base game.
Let's go.
It's somewhere.
Which I don't mind. It means I might finish the palace in fewer sessions, which leaves more time to, study and eat giant burgers and do all the other things that you do in high school to up your skills. For me, it was splitting a 64 nugget party tray with a buddy of mine at lunch because we discovered that it was like $1 more a piece versus if we'd gotten like a 12 nugget meal or something. And after the first 3 or 4 times that we did it, they would just know when we walked in to start packing a metric butt ton of nuggets onto a party tray for these 2 dumb high school kids with
Enemy ahead! Be careful!
a metabolism that, God, I wish I still had.
Show me your true form.
Alright, the first move is
What are you, Puss in Boots? That's new.
It's time.
Huh. I don't have much to say about Puss in Boots. It just comes from a story. I guess we could. What about the P word? That's actually a potentially interesting thing. Hold on. Let me see if I can find anything on that real quick. Yeah, I'll have to do a little more research on this one. I don't know that I'm buying what I've found here on my very first cursory glance, because it seems like it might be really recent. This source here says that at least by the 1690s it meant cat, and it's just for most words in English, if you see that E, whether it's spelled Y or IE, but E at the end of a word is what we call a diminutive suffix. It's just a thing that we use to denote that something is cute or small or unthreatening, or that we're familiar with it, right? The Billy, Bobby, Tommy kind of thing. So really it's puss, like it is here. And then pussycat, as in Tweety birds, I taught a putty tat. That's the diminutive form. I want to say, gosh, I'm pretty sure that John McWhorter did a Lexicon Valley episode about dirty words, and that this was one of them. I'll see if I can go back and find that episode, because I remember that being pretty good, and he did a pretty thorough job. I don't always agree with all of the things that he says, and he's not always. I mean, it's a podcast for the layperson, essentially, right? It's not. He doesn't get too terribly technical most of the time, and sometimes he kind of glosses over some of the deeper details. But anyway, enough yakking. Let's kill these cats. All right, that did not work. Do cats like wind? Cats do not like wind. Good to know. I am definitely gonna try and upbeat. I know there's some pattern that you're supposed to follow based upon the up personality type. The only one I can ever remember off the top of my head is that gloomy is supposed to be ambiguous. So, wow, save me King Kamoshida. Oh wait. Then let's talk. I gotta find out if you're a weird human or not. I am definitely a weird human. I know what this is. My mom was talking about it the other day. This is that domestic violins thing, right? No, because we're not in a relationship. This is just regular violence. Shit, I have no idea what to pick here. No, you're wrong? No, okay. So don't be contrarian. Maybe agree with him? Flattering? Alright. It's weird that you can fail the first one and succeed on the second one and still get them to join you. Oh. Real name is Kate Sith, so not Puss in Boots, but Kate Sith. Oh, okay. That's a fun one. I always wondered where this came from ever since the Final Fantasy VII character, right? especially because that character, like way back on the PlayStation 1, like you could barely tell what that thing was. For the longest time, I never even noticed that there was a cat sitting on top of that weird giant white blob thing. But Kate Sith is it's a Scots Gaelic folklore character, and which means it's almost certainly not actually pronounced Kate Sith, but I'm not going to pretend to know Scots Gaelic or the pronunciation thereof. But yeah, it's a magical animal, and it's a cat with notably with a little white tuft of fur on its chest, I think is usually how it's depicted. So that's why, you know, any RPG or video game or whatever that you play that has Kate Sith as a character or an enemy in this case or whatever, it's gonna take on a cat form almost certainly, and that's because that's in folklore, that's what it was. It was a little magical cat. Kind of like what is it in South American folklore, Cadejo? That's the magical horse, or the two. It's different magical horses or something. I don't know. I only really remember that one from a song lyric. What are you? Troublesome housemaid. Okay. Well.
I don't see a weak spot.
Sorry, lady. Might as well just try guns first every single time since we have infinite ammo. Gosh. I'm gonna lay off the folks in the 30s with their SP, and might as well just or miss. Come on. There we go.
Yeah! Victory!
Oh crap. Now I don't get to figure out what its real name was. I should have tried to crit it. I'll try and crit it the next time.
Okay.
That's all it takes for me.
Where are you? There we go. Let's hide in this little corner.
I'll reveal your
Boom.
true form.
Okay. Apprentice in a jug. Alright, not afraid of guns. How about fire? Totally fine with fire. How about wind? Does not like wind. Alright.
Scary how good I am.
Alright, we'll try and capture one of these so we can get its real name. Those... Okay, those are 6 pointed stars, so I'm thinking something biblical in origin. But yeah, let's talk. Say, lend me your power. Okay, he's timid. So do we disagree with timid people? Do we correct them? Because these are both kind of disagreeing. Do we ask him if he's okay? Oh, okay. Ah, crap. It's gonna be one of these two. But I'm not sure. Okay. Agathion. Oh, this is one that I had to look up ahead of time. But I think Agathion just comes from there's a lot of these that'll come from old grimoires.
That's a new one, isn't it?
These old books claiming to contain knowledge of demonic magic. I actually went to grad school with a guy.
Come on, man.
More bars. Went to grad school with a guy who studied. We have to do them in order. Let's do this. Okay. Who studied magic, but not like sleight of hand and not like Harry Potter, but specifically a kind of cultural history of magic. And so part of that, you know, just talking to him, I kind of learned a little bit about history of magic and how scholars kind of divide up the different ways that cultures have described or thought about magic across history, and demonic magic is a pretty common one, especially in Western culture, where the idea is, you know, I as a person can't really do anything magical, so what I have to do is call on some otherworldly spirit, and in Christian culture that always becomes bad, always becomes, you know, this demonic thing. I have to call upon this otherworldly spirit to do all of the magic stuff for me, and that's where you get into all of the, you know, if you know the demon's name, you have power over it and all that sort of stuff, which is why a lot of these grimoires are almost like encyclopedias of these supposed demons with names and descriptions and all that sort of stuff, because if the name is there, well, that's basically the whole recipe, right? You know, once you've got the name, you're set. So anyway, Agathion, I don't know, I actually have an entry from one of those encyclopedias here. Agathion is a type of familiar demonic spirit that can appear either as an animal or a man. Once bound as a familiar, it lives inside a ring or talisman, so not inside a pot. It's an interesting choice, right? Because that looked like a little demon imp guy inside of a pot. I wonder, I guess maybe that's just more interesting than fighting a floating piece of jewelry. I don't know. All right, what are we doing? I have not been paying attention to what they're saying.
Feel it.
So do I just have to do this? I opened up some stuff. Closed some other stuff. But yeah, these barely constitute puzzles. Seems like there's really only one way this can go. That should open this to the right, maybe? No, it doesn't. Oh, do I have to come back? Yeah. Probably just have to crawl through here. Gross.
Focus.
Let's bust up this volleyball. Got a bunch of random books, plates, and mugs. Where? Oh, I guess there are tables over there. That makes sense. Okay.
A chest! Talk about luck!
Sooty, ghastly gear. Oh, that's stuff that I have to wash.
I have something.
I'm just gonna open everything. Sounds like it.
And finished.
It's no Legend of Zelda chime. I guess that means I need to go over here. Other treasury looking stuff.
Show me your
Cha.
true form.
Alright. Any new enemies here? Nope, just more Kate Sith. Alright. What are they weak against? Weak. Or wind.
Persona.
Don't have... Do I? Nope. 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 Boo. Okay.
Don't rush it.
Uh-oh. Is it dinner time, boy? You were 30 minutes early. dog is
Use wind to hit its weak point.
not exactly a accurate timepiece. Although honestly, in fairness to him, only half an hour early is way better than he usually does, so.
Good I am.
Who's next?
Nice work, team.
Alright.
All right.
That enemy was really weak.
I can see it.
Surely there's some big hunks of meat roasting up there. Another treasure chest. Here we go. Soul drop. Alright, sweet. Yeah. The SP restoration items are like, they're clutch. Like that's how you actually keep going in these dungeons from what I remember. Because all the HP restoration stuff that you can buy is just so expensive that it's best to just, oh shoot, best to just
There's 2 enemies. Don't underestimate them.
let's do curse just in case. Best to just use people's spells to heal and save your money for things like gear and stuff, because I never, granted I didn't make it through the whole thing on the original, but here we go. I never had enough money that I could, seriously, dang it, never had enough money that I could like just buy a bunch of healing items and also have plenty of money for equipment and all that sort of stuff. All right. Well, let's talk about things. Gloomy. Crap. I know Gloomy was the one that I said I could remember. Gloomy's ambiguous. You need to be ambiguous. That's right. Care to explain yourself? I certainly hope you have a good reason for this boorish treatment. That would take a while. There's no need to explain. Just shut up. I guess that would take a while. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to know what they mean by, like, which one is ambiguous is in and of itself ambiguous. Where the human men have a proclivity to tease the women that interest them. Wow, you use lots of fancy words, lady. I guess, what are you talking about? Okay. All right, let's see. Which monster is this? Silky. So I'm not 100% sure on this one. It could just be that the way that they got the name for that particular monster was that it's a lady in a dress and the dress is silky, and there you go, it's a silky. But my actual guess is that they got that from Selkie, which is like Kate Sith. I believe it's also from kind of Scots Gaelic folklore. Is this locked? Yes.
Come on, man. Focus.
No treasures down here, are there? But Selkie is that cell, that first part, cell or selk, I think, comes from a Scots Gaelic word that means seal. And a selkie is basically like a mermaid, but instead of the bottom half being a fish, it's a seal. So it's a lady seal hybrid kind of which that monster there obviously was not. They focused more on the lady part than the seal part, but I think also that might be it's sometimes too, a lot of times with those like half woman, half animal figures, they end up being kind of like sirens, right? Where they're used as an explanation for or is this just telling me that I can do this? Okay, cool. They're used as an explanation for like, why do shipwrecks happen? You know, we need explanations for these things. It can't just be that someone had shit luck. It's gotta be... Why does this guy have no weakness? Normal for jack-o'-lanterns? Whatever. Oh, well, he's dead, so who cares? Or not? Why are you immortal? What is going on here? Okay. Oh. Yes, this is just the tutorial for sometimes they will... Okay. I've already got a jack-o'-lantern. I guess it can't hurt to have one more. Since we'll just... Oh, okay, cool. So we don't have to go through the whole dialogue tree thing. If they just ask to join us, that's great. Oh. JK. Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Alright, what are we doing here? More treasures. Yep. Okay, personalities. Wow. I totally missed this piece of the tutorial the first time through. It actually tells you this. I thought you had to go like look this up on a wiki. Man, I should read more. Or maybe I did, I just forgot. But let's see, upbeat shadows, like jokey answers, but disc like serious or vague. So upbeat is jokey, timid is kind, irritable, serious, gloomy is vague. Yeah, I'm gonna forget that immediately. I already did. Gloomy is vague. That's all I got. All right, breeze ring. Yep. I think... Okay, what is that? Ooh. Breeze ring. Ring charged by the wind? Oh. That's new to Royal, isn't it? Huh. If I like... Now on can use fire and wind? Is that what I'm understanding here? Because that is rad. That's way more useful than some of the accessories that I remember from the original. I'm sure those are all still in here. It's just a lot of generic, like, slightly less damage from this damage type. Which, honestly, I tended to use those the most just because since every character has their elemental affinity, which means they've got their weakness, I usually just did reduce damage from whatever they were weak against, because at least it made it a little bit harder for them to get knocked out in one turn.
I don't think we're going any further this way.
Should we check somewhere else?
Wait, look up there.
What about it? Are we throwing a rope over that and climbing it?
Phantom thieves do things a bit more stylishly than that. And I know just what'll do the trick.
A grappling hook? A new red glove?
Good. Seems like it fits properly.
Yes, Morgana. What did you strap onto me let's talk about this strap-on.
That's just a little something I've been working on in secret.
I don't like your secret strap-on.
The grappling hook lets you zip to
grappling hook,
hard-to-reach
okay.
locations in a flash.
Was that in the original? I feel like that was not in the original.
You'll see what I'm talking about when you test it out. Go ahead.
If it was, I feel like they abandoned it almost immediately.
Okay.
Use the grappling hook, blah, 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 blah. As you near a location where you can use it, your left hand will glow blue. This is definitely new. Or my memory is garbage. Or third, it will help you locate super. Okay, so it's basically it's Super Metroid now. Got it. Oh, it's even got the little. Yeah, that's all new. Okay. L1. How did?
Oh man, this is amazing!
So in the
Amazing.
in the original, was this staircase just not broken? I don't really remember. And follow-up question. Oh geez, that's not something I want to mess with just yet. Does this go anywhere? Treasure chest. Always check the side path. Under equipment. City gaslit gear. I've got 2 of them. User dusty. Okay, so yeah. Got 2 things to wash. On laundry day. This another tutorial? Can I go? Oh geez. Alright, let's just try this. The first one of these in the game, how hard can it be? Oh, savage enemies. Savage enemies have red auras, roam around the palaces, tend to be higher level. In order to negotiate with a savage enemy, you don't need to inflict damage until it changes its fighting stance. Only then that you can do a hold up. If you are unable to defeat the savage enemy, you can always run away. Okay.
I don't see a weakness.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like the odds of it being curse are low. He just flat out blocks guns. That's good to know. What about wind?
Finish it.
Okay. Fire, he resists. Lightning doesn't do much either. Holy crap. Oh, curse isn't doing it either.
Who's next?
Yikes. I am not 100% sure what to do here. This is kind of bad. Okay, let's do Pixie and heal.
That's a big help.
Let's play conservatively. How about it? God. Alright, we just gotta run.
We're getting out of here. You ready?
Wow, I don't remember those guys being that tough.
I can feel it.
Let's see what we got here. Slave book. Okay. Sounds like it's part of some puzzle a little bit later, maybe.
There's a strong shadow ahead. We should be.
Show me your true form.
All right. This guy is at least not mad marsh horse. This must be the Kelpie. That's probably what this is. Let's see if we can chat him up.
That's ironic. A shadow with a sunny expression. Let's match its mood.
Which of these is upbeat? I'm sorry? I guess it's I'm sorry. Times have changed. Feels like no. Humans are powerful. Is upbeat for me, but not for him. This is a difficult topic? Okay. You're not very good in Japanese class, me guessing. You've neither person, horse, monster thing who can't use pronouns. Kelpie, yep. Kelpie is another, so it's a breed of dog, but before, well, probably before it was the breed of dog, it's the Scottish folklore figure. It was, I think it was another one of those kind of like siren figures where it lured people into lakes and things and then drowned them. So sometimes you'll see it in, especially in like romance paintings, you'll see it portrayed actually as a woman, because obviously if folklore and history has taught us anything, it's that all women are evil and they want to drown you. Just go watch O Brother, Where Art Thou, right? It's the same idea, right? That's obviously based on the Odyssey and whatever. But the word Kelpie comes from a Gaelic word, kalpa, I think. Which means like heifer or cult, which is why a lot of times it's portrayed as this, you know, horse type monster, and to kind of draw in the water part and the part where it drags people down to their deaths to drown them and stuff. It's a lot of times not just horse, but some weird like seaweed horse monster thing. Like if Swamp Thing were a horse, that's what Kelpie ends up being a lot of times. That's interesting. There's a lot of like Scottish and Scots Gaelic going on in this dungeon, in addition to Bodcorn, which is just lazy, and then Agathion, which is just grab something random from the your favorite grimoire. Gosh, I honestly don't know, but Kelpie is definitely higher level than all these guys, so let's get rid of one of our level 3s. Why don't we? That was probably the wrong decision, but meh.
All right. Whoa, there's a strong-looking one up ahead.
Oh, dang it.
There's an enemy. Be careful.
I'll reveal your true form.
Ooh, what are you, bedside brute? Huh. Okay, that's funny. This must be the Incubus, is what this is. So the bedside brute, in addition to being just good alliteration, is kind of a play on the incubus and the mythology around that, but let's validate that assumption by trying to capture one of these guys. What about wind? No wind. Probably not fire. Nope, totally fire. Okay. Do we have enough SP left? Yes. That's gonna kill that one, but hopefully this one will survive. Yes, okay. Alright, limited power. Timid, I think you have to be like funny or encouraging, is that right? Also, I just noticed the giant horn codpiece thing that this guy has going on. That's also obviously... I'll give these guys credit. They're not just pulling names out of a, like off a Wikipedia page of monster names or something. They are putting their own spin on the individual mythologies of these things. Okay, crap. What was it? Timid. You gotta be like friendly. Okay. Come on, what's with the mask? Kind of cringy, don't you think? Is it secretly a kid? Nope, wrong one. There we go. Incubus, yes. So, in addition to being a college rock band in the early 2000s, let's get rid of Mandrake, why don't we?
Your power's incredible, Joker.
Incubus is just straight out of Latin, like incubare or something would be the verb that basically means like to lie on top of.
Okay.
If you go way back to like the roots of the word, typically though it just kind of meant nightmare, with the idea that, oh gosh, okay, which kind of makes me wonder if it doesn't have its roots in like sleep paralysis and stuff. You know, I've never experienced sleep paralysis, but if you know someone who has, you know that they'll sometimes talk about this feeling of some very heavy weight sitting on their chest and this, and you know, kind of inability to move. I mean, it is sleep paralysis, right? Man, you're really low on SP. Oh, that's a bummer. We might be ending this run in not too long here. So yeah, I wonder if maybe it's got its roots there, but incubus means nightmare, and from there it kind of came to mean a demon who specifically one who like seduces women and sleeps with them at night, which is probably why the incubus in this game has that giant devil horn codpiece, because it's definitely, you know, the mythology of that particular creature. There's a sexual nature to it. Also means it fits well with this dungeon because, you know, we're in the mind palace of a pedophile. So I kind of, now that I'm actually going back through and really paying attention to some of the monsters and the monster choices, there's a lot of thought that went into this. I say as I pick up the Beefcake book. All right.
I spotted a strong one. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to run away from it because that did not go well last time. Okay. Don't mind me.
Show me your true form.
Alright, nothing new here. Pixies and Incubus, but now at least we know all their weaknesses. Don't have Holy, do have guns. But, boo. Do I probably have a fire. Yeah. 8 Sith is fire.
You're mine.
Looking cool, Joker. Looking cool, Joker.
Oh, I guess I don't really need to.
Looking cool, Joker. Don't move now. This'll
This game definitely has one of the best battle systems for a JRPG in a very long time.
Good work. Keep it up.
I tried to play the Dragon Quest XI. That's the most recent one, maybe a year or two ago. Because I remember playing. I played the original way back when. I think I was too young and never quite made it all the way through it. But I remember playing 8 in college on PS2, I think. And really liking it because it was just such a great throwback to those old school JRPGs, and it has so much charm, and it also has great.
There's a strong looking one up ahead.
It would be a fun one to do the same kind of monster etymology stuff on, just because there's a bunch of really dumb punny names for monsters, and you could probably find some fun, interesting stuff there beyond just the obvious. But just the battle system and its overall structure, and my apologies if you can hear one very thirsty dog drinking there. The battle system is pretty basic by today's standards, and the overall structure of the game, it's true to form for what JRPGs, you know, were in the very beginning. It was just, there's this big overarching plot, but what you're doing moment to moment is, there is a town, they have a problem. You can solve this problem by going into this dungeon and fighting this monster and getting this treasure and bringing it back to the town. Yay, thank you. Now you move on to the next town. And you just rinse and repeat, and it just got so monotonous after a while that I just couldn't stick with it. And none of that, like, it's really... I mean, this game is anime, don't get me wrong. It's all of the, like, melodrama and all that sort of stuff that you would expect, but the characters are decently well written and they're interesting, and it deals with stuff like it's not sticking the landing on this Kamoshida stuff 100%, which is extra tough because it's such a sensitive subject, but it does a better job with some of the later villains from what I remember, maybe just by virtue of the fact that it's stuff that's easier to talk about, like, you know, gangster drug dealers taking advantage of kids. Cool. Yep. Nothing terribly controversial there. Not that this guy's controversial, but you know what I mean. It just feels less real, I guess, with, you know, stuff like yeah, the Michigan gymnastics team and all that sort of stuff, and the US, you know, Olympic team. I don't know. Just this particular subject matter feels extra sensitive lately because I think we're all starting to realize how common that sort of thing is. It's one of those things that we very much like to sweep under the rug, but it's there around us all the time. Anyway, what a great note to end the stream on. Gonna call it, I think, because I've been going for about 2 hours here. I think we've gotten through most of the monsters. Maybe next time if I find another one of those big night guys, I don't know what their true name is, but there might be some fun etymologies there. There's definitely some more monsters in this dungeon that we haven't talked about, but we'll continue talking about that next time. And yeah, any other kind of random stuff that pops into mind. So I hope you enjoyed this. I kind of like the idea of just doing a catalog of the monsters of Persona 5 as we play through, and talking a little bit about where they all come from, because that's always been one of my favorite parts of JRPGs, is just that they need a bajillion different monsters, so they will just pull them from anywhere. So it's fun to see where they're pulling all this stuff from, and how each game does it maybe a little bit differently. And these guys are definitely putting their own little spin on it. And as we saw with, you know, stuff like the Incubus, I believe there's a Succubus somewhere. I don't think we've run across her yet, but the fact that they pulled us into this particular dungeon seems pretty appropriate. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. Thank you again to whoever is running all of these random stream robots that just appear to follow people randomly. I'm definitely going to look into that because that feels super shady and has me a little concerned, but it's probably nothing. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. It's definitely not some kind of scam going on there. Anyway, I'm gonna try and get back to streaming a little bit more regularly again. Had kind of a weird weekend, but I'm gonna shoot for Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then either a Saturday or Sunday. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I'll see you all again this coming Tuesday. Thanks for watching.